Hello everyone and welcome to another edition of Coding My Way In. So today is not Saturday, today is actually Friday, Friday the 29th. So like you guys know, I study Monday through Friday, but tomorrow even is when I like to do the videos on Saturdays, but I'm doing it today because tomorrow I have some family business to take care of. So since I'm done studying, I think it just makes sense for me to make the video now, and then I'll be scheduling for it to be publishing like around 8 in the morning. So first thing in the morning tomorrow, which would be Saturday the 30th, that will be the publish date. So I just got back from the gym. Today I did back and biceps, and I'm sore. Like little by little I've been putting like more weight in my lifting, because I feel a lot of progress, and I enjoy like that soreness because I feel like there's progress happening. So not to be confused, pain with being sore is normal. Being sore in the gym, pain is something bad. Like you probably injured yourself or you pull a muscle. So be very careful. Don't confuse pain with soreness. Soreness is good in the gym because it eventually leads to progress. But yeah, I went to the gym today. I did my cardio, my sit-ups. I do 100, and I went on weight today with the biceps and my back exercises, and I feel very good. And yeah, I'm very content with that. Tomorrow I'm going again in the morning before I do the family business that I need to handle, and I'm just gonna do like cardio and sit-ups. That's basically it. But other than that, let's get to business. So, you guys know I've been doing the 50 projects in 50 days with HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. And it's crazy. I'm already on project 41. That's crazy. I've been putting a lot of work. My goal is to do 2 projects per day, but I really make sure that I really understand the concepts before I move into the next project. I'm not just breezing through things just to get this done, because it just doesn't make sense. So I'm being very disciplined, taking my time, understanding the concepts, and like 30 something projects in, like things are starting like to click. And I come across some issues. You know, I told you guys that I've been struggling with, I go blank when it comes to JavaScript, like, oh my god, where to start? But this week was actually different. I had an idea on where to start, and what I was doing is, before the instructor did wrote the JavaScript, I started doing it myself, and a lot of the projects I was able to do 60 to 70% of the code before I needed assistance. So kudos for me, man. I feel very good about that. But I still need to improve. I still need to get better. But man, this is really helping. And once I'm done with these projects, I'm going straight to React. I'm going to start learning React, and I'm very excited about that. So one thing that I wanted to tell you guys is that I've heard of Tailwind before, but I didn't know this thing was so cool. And in one of the projects that I was building, the instructor used Tailwind, but he only used like the CD end, and which you can see here. And I was like, oh, I heard of it, and I see a lot of people like software engineers using it, but I didn't understand why the fascination for Tailwind. And oh my god, I started going over with the video, and I just fell in love with it. I remember a year and change ago, when I was learning React before learning JavaScript. I'm a genius, right? I remember the instructor in that series that I was watching, he was using something called tachyons. I think that's the name of it, which is something similar to this. So I was a little bit familiar, but man, like I started watching along the tutorial, and I just fell in love with it. Like I was able to create this signing and with email and passwords, Medbind and everything, like so fast. Like, oh my god. And then you go to the website, and even here it says it helps to scale projects and stuff, and I know I'm gonna start using Tailwind moving forward because, man, it's so amazing. And the thing is, I've been doing so many vanilla Java and JavaScript projects that I've been using CSS, so the transition to it was actually seamlessly. Like, I understood that BG is background, text. This is for the color of the text. I understood that this is for the border, the width, the padding, the margin top here, rounded to make it round. I still gonna have to practice because it's the first time me using it. So I need to learn how to make sure, because I still want to make classes when I'm making projects. So even though I know in React it's not class, it's called class name. So it's going to be very interesting when I start building the projects that I have in mind. So I'm very looking forward into it. Tailwind, it's so cool. Like, my brain, like, I loved it. I can't wait to start using it. So once I'm done with these projects and start working on React, I want to really implement Tailwind in my projects. So I'm looking forward to that. So yeah, I'm 80% done, 41 projects in. This thing actually has 51 projects, so I still have 10 to go. So I think by next week I should be done. So I'll be on schedule. But I wanted to start learning about React by April, so I think I'm on schedule to do that. So I'm very happy about that. So the project that I wanted to show you guys that I was using Tailwind is something very simple. Is as it tests the strength of your password. So as you type, the background gets less and less blurry. So it was very cool. But the highlight of this project was really the using Tailwind. So again, I'm gonna be using it moving forward. I'm looking forward to this. So like I told you guys, I went to Coding Coffee, which is the meetup, and man, I keep recommending this to any. I'm not getting paid by them. I think this is so cool. Look into it. This is in-person meetups all over the country, and if you can go to any of these, man, go. Like, you will meet a good amount of people, and it's crazy to think, like, people have been so nice to me. Like, I have no complaints. I think I forgot how many times. I think my second or third time. But every time that I went there, I just come out more inspired and more happy. And it's crazy. Like, everybody that I get around, they have 5-7 years of experience, and I tell them, hey, I'm just learning how to build stuff now, and they so helpful. And I actually met a guy. He's a software engineer. He's been coding for 2 years now at this meetup, and the one that took place last Sunday, because the one in New York City takes place every other Sunday. So not this Sunday, but the following. This is the next one, which will be the 7th of April. So when I was at the meetup, I came across a guy that he's been coding for some time now, and I told him about my struggle of, man, I'm going blank when it's time to write JavaScript, and it's very frustrating. And he spoke to me, and he was so nice. He actually sat down with me for like an hour. And where it really came down to, he was telling me, I think the problem is that you need to break down things piece by piece, because if you just go bigger picture right away, it's very easy to get lost. And I was like, okay, you do have a point. And he started explaining to me, and eventually at one point he told me, have you heard of leak code? And like, oh yeah, these are like data structures and algorithms, like technical interviews. People study there to, like, this is something that you do for technical interviews. And he told me, okay, he sat down next to me and he told me, type FizzBuzz. And I typed, and FizzBuzz is an easy problem in leak code. So I was actually excited as soon as he showed me, like, oh, I'm doing a leak code problem. This is so cool. And he gave me this example, and he told me do it. And I look at it, and as soon as I started talking, I was like, oh, So I think, I don't know, I'm gonna do, I see if here, so this means it has to be if, a bunch of if statements. So, and I started typing, and he stopped me right away, like, no, let's go little by little. He told me, do you know what a module is? And I'm like, oh, it's like the percentage. And he told me, do you understand what it means? I didn't. And he explained it to me that, oh, this is used to see if something is divisible by something to check for that remainder. I had no clue what a remainder was. And then he explained to me, so if you divide 12 by 3, what would be the answer? Oh, that would be 4. Okay, so what is the remainder? Nothing. And then he broke down to me, so what about 15 divided by 5? Oh, that would be 3, so there's no remainder. And and there it made sense. And I went back again and I started working on this. And I got stuck again. And he told me, he was very patient, and he took his time, and he told me, look, you see the question, right? Break it down piece by piece, because my mistake, what I was trying to do was, I was trying to do these 4 steps on one shot. And like, no. Break it down piece by piece. This is how you want to approach JavaScript problems. Break it piece by piece, and then tackle one by one, and things will start making sense. And then, okay, so the first thing I was like, okay, so we're talking about strings. So I knew right away, okay, so I need to create an array, probably empty strings, which I did. And then this variable was already made, the fizz bus equals function n. So at first I was a little bit confused, like, oh, about n. And then I quickly, okay, so n is not necessarily important here. N is just there for that's the way that I saw it. So he told, oh, I think I need to do a for loop. And then I started working on it. And the first thing I did was I did if e is divisible by 3 equals 0. And then I did and 5 equals 0. And then he told me, no, you have to do the entire thing. So you have to do the same thing you did on the left, you have to do it on the right. And then what you do, and like, oh, I see fizzbuzz, so I think I push. And like, yes, you'll that push fizzbuzz. And then he told me, okay, so you did that. So you did if e is divisible by 3 equals 0, and if e is divisible check for the remainder is 0 for 5. So I did it on the left, and then on the right. And then, okay, what is next? And then I got stuck. And I'm like, just think about it. You're dealing here with a 3 in the 5. What you dealing with here now? And I told him, it took some time. This took like an hour. And but he was so nice about it and has so much patience with me. And this really helped. And it really paid off this week. So here it was like 3 and 5, but now I'm dealing here with 3. And he told me, so what do you think you have to do? So I think I have to do what I did here, but do it here and push this. And like, yes. And then I did that. And so what do you think you have to do here? And I was like, okay, so if I dealt with 3 and 5, and then I dealt with 3, then I just have to deal with 5 here. I'm like, yes. And then I got stuck a little bit here with the array because I did not know how to finish it. I knew that I needed to return the array. And then he walked me through it, and then he told me, you just got to push the E once again, and that'll be it. And he told me, you see, you break down things little by little, and then you approach it that way instead of going all out. So for JavaScript, step by step, do things little by little, and eventually everything will make sense. And then he did an example, which was basically the same thing, and then he did and took notes as he was doing it to show me how it's done, how it will be done in an interview. So, man, I was very grateful. I was very excited. And I'm looking forward to the next meetup, and I'm feeling the progress, guys. Like, things are clicking in. I'm still not a master, of course not, but I feel things are clicking in. And this, of breaking things little by little, really put things into perspective. And that's what I got for you guys today. So, again, thank you so much for watching, and I see you on the next one. Peace.